What is up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe, check out my channel playlist for individual tutorials on logic, sculpting, animation, music, and more. And follow me on Dreams. I'm Young Tex YouTube on Dreams. We took a look at how to make a house interior, but now we're going to talk about how to make a house exterior. What you're going to be doing is texturing around the barrier part of the interior that you created, or you can just create the exterior without creating the interior. That interior videos for first person games, but you can also effectively make a house out of that also. So you want to start from the top. You want to start from the roof first, and that's because that's how you get the walls aligned. Before you even start, what you want to do is go to this, turn this on, and turn on grid snap. You might want to turn that down a little bit. That way when you search for things, it'll be all aligned whenever you place it down. So we're going to look for a roof, or you can sculpt a roof. It's really easy to sculpt this stuff since it's just shapes, guys. So as long as you have a good feel for the controls of sculpting, you should just be able to make the shapes of a lamp, of a roof, of shingles and stuff like that. And the buttons to do things like, I'll show you guys the buttons here in a second. We'll just go ahead and get this, we'll find a roof real quick. So you want the way the door is going to place, you want the roof to kind of be like, if the door is right here, you want the roof to be on this side, if that makes sense. Then after that, you want to look for, and again, you can sculpt the walls yourself. It's just a wall, it's just a square. And then you want to look for house wall. We're going to go ahead and use this one. Then what we're going to do is select everything here. After scoping in with L1 and X, that's how I got to this menu. We're going to move it, size it down. And you might want to leave a part in between there. Sometimes houses have like, you know, the gutter, if you want to add gutters and stuff, and that really does make it look more realistic, which is what you're trying to go for. But you want to make this as, you know, but you want to make this as even as possible. To make it more even, you can take it out of grid snap. That way you can do that a little bit better. And then you want to make sure, let me undo that real quick, turn that off, and then we'll size it down. Hopefully it didn't slant. Okay, so it looks pretty good. We'll go back into grid snap, go down a little. It looks perfect. It looks perfect. Because we're working from the top down, we know how big we need to make the walls. Next, what we're going to do is place our wall, and it should be the same size where we need to place it. We'll have to take it out of grid snap, make it as big as it needs to be made. Place it as even as possible. Make sure it's level. Then you also have this wall right here. And then what you want to do is clone that, put on grid snap, put that on also. Turn it to the side. Go into move mode. Size it down. And next, what you will want to do, clone it one more time. size it up, place it down, take it out of grid snap, go into move mode, we're gonna have to redo it because this one right here is a little bit, you know, janky. Okay, we don't have to redo it that much. Let's see here. Okay. Take it off of that, and that should fix that. So we have our house exterior, Next, what you will want to do is make a floor. Now, your floor can actually cover all of the parts that are actually pointed out, or you can scope in and delete it by doing this. Make sure you have grid snap on and stay upright on. That way it's a perfect alignment, or just stay upright. You can either do it like this for all the sides that are like this and make it all even, or you can just search for a floor in the Dreamverse or put your floor down to where it covers all that. And a floor is just a square, so it's really easy to sculpt, guys. And go ahead and get that one. So I'm not going to use this one because this one actually has these parts that are actually pointed out. Now you could actually sculpt in and delete that, but I'm not going to do that. Even though that is one of the best looking ones in my opinion. What we're going to use, and make a list of stuff for your house that you want inside your house. That way you can make it as realistic as possible. Fans, TVs, stuff like that. It's important. That looks cool. That'll work. Also comes with a light. And you might want to have it on grid snap and stuff also. That way you can align it right. But since it's the floor, you shouldn't have to. Make it the proper size. That seems to work. And then you can, like, you know, sculpt in, and at least you should be able to sculpt in on that right there, and you can make it as small as you need, or cut off the sides that you need to cut off. And if there's paint on it, like there's paint on this one, I have to turn on stay upright, grid snap. Okay. And what we're going to do is sculpt in, delete all that. Just for the sake of this tutorial, it should just delete the parts that are on the outside, so it should be good. But it might delete some of the parts on the inside also, so. And then you want to sculpt in right here. Well, you might not, well, I mean, you can do this too. You can like make this part smaller if you want to. And if you have cut-off parts right here, you can add floor beams. That way it won't show the outside part. That pretty much remove any cracks in your house. And then you'll want to add grass to pretty much make sure nothing on the outside is exposed. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and or pavement or streets, whatever you're going to add. I like adding pavement because grass could like get inside of the house. So the easiest way would be to do it this way. And we've got a house, we've got a house, we've got a house. Now to test out your house, you can pull out a dummy and to open up doors, just scope in. Make sure your door's on the right side. Pull out a dummy or a puppet. I'm pretty sure it doesn't like being called a dummy. Place it and make sure you know it's not bigger than the door. View mode. And that is how you make houses in Dreams PS4. To pretty much, we'll go ahead and talk about sculpting to make you know, the part of the house that is the outside part. If you wanted to sculpt that, it's pretty much just a square, then stretch down and then cut into on the side to where it points out, if that makes sense. And I'm talking about the blue stuff. Don't know what that's called. So you'd cut it in a slant, sort of, and then you'd clone it. Then you would clone it, and then that's that's effectively how you could do that. It's pretty simple. The roof is pretty much the same idea with different shapes, if that makes sense. The windows, same idea. You can look up somebody's glass tutorial. It's really easy to make glass with a text display, or you can use paint, the flicks tool. And then doors is pretty simple too. It's just a square with cut in textures. Doorknobs just a sphere or circle, two of them, one bigger, then one cut in halfway to where you have your the first part of your doorknob, then the second part, you know, where you put your hand. You just design the door. To increase sculpture detail of the house, if you wanted to do that, what you would do is go to sculpture detail, press plus, and just, you know, increase the detail, whatever you want to increase. But this also increases thermo for graphics. Sometimes whenever you're sculpting your own stuff, you have to do this afterwards, especially with that floor. That floor needs some help. This is gonna make it look a lot better. I'm not sure if you can do it with flicks. Alright, let's go ahead and view it. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Oh, it comes with a open button. That's cool. So that's how you make houses. You can change the color of stuff. If you use this one, you can change the color that way. Or you can just, you know, go into coat mode and change the color. Like this. And colors up here where you want to switch it, the finishes, shininess and stuff. All that stuff's right there. You can do that for every part, or you can hover above it, press L1 and square, or press L1 and X, and then press L1 and X until you get the big menu. You can change the color this way also, the tint and stuff. Do that too for like all the parts. And that would be how you would make the house exterior. And you can place this over the boundaries of the interior part if you made the interior. And you can make an exterior. So it's pretty simple stuff. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Dreams. I'm Young Tex YouTube. So just in case you need a visual representation of how to make the walls of the house, then there you go. And that's how you sculpt it. Then you would just clone this part roughly however many times you want to clone it for that wall. Then you would change the color once you're done. And there's the roof. Then you can add gutters to this part right here. For these parts right here, you can add gutters where you see lines that you might not like. And again, where the door is, you want this part, you know, facing outward and not like this. You can see what works best for you, but this always looks funny to me, it being like this. Then you can effectively link everything together that you want to link together. So if you want to make your house bigger, if you made it small, you want to make it bigger. Let's see here. Let me turn off grid snap. Select everything you need to select. Go ahead and do this just for the sake. And that's how you could make it bigger, or you know, you can you know, just make it to where you do more pieces of the house, then clone it. Always start with the roof first. And that's it, guys. That's how you make a house. Don't forget to subscribe. And you can add chimneys and stuff inside. Check out my interior video for that kind of stuff and more stuff for first-person games. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys so much, and follow me on Dreams. I am Young Tex YouTube on Dreams.